Good morning, beautiful ladies. Good afternoon. Good evening. You got Don M-TheeFDMGBoogieman on the tap in early on a Saturday. I normally don't do this. I haven't done this in a while, but I'm going to continuously give you some streaming because we're at the finish line of the FDMG. Shout out to you. Shout out to we. Good morning to the, all the family. Uh, we have an interesting live that we're going to be connecting on real quick. And this live is going to be interesting for the fact that we're going to go into topic about the children, about the boys. We're going to keep focus on the topic, which got the whole situation going. It was about the boys. It was always about the boys, right? He was going to educate young boys. He was going to teach them about the African culture, the roots, and teach them about how to be real men, not no pookies and ray rays. So that itself was a lie. You know what I'm saying? He was because everything he showed was Pookie and Ray Ray ish, right? He was Pookie and Ray Ray ish. So for him to say that he's going to teach the black boys anything, that was all a lie because he was Pookie and Ray Ray ish. And I start off with this because I was just scrolling through. I was trying to find something. They say King Randall spoke out about Umar's situation, so I wanted to check the video out. I was looking at it the other day, but then I just started, just checking out some videos, and this one I came across, and he saw about tell the boys the truth. And so Umar Johnson' whole game plan with these young men, these young boys, was never, ever, ever to teach them how to be quality men. His goal was to teach them how to outsmart one another. He's going to have a Lord of the Fly operation going up there. He's going to have them outsmarting, outwitting, and conning the women. He was going to teach them how to con women and outsmart each other. He was going to teach them the ropes of the hustle. So there was no reason for him to take them on no trips, to any positive imagery. So it's like I was about to do a live and talk about it, but maybe I just ended the live right there. He had no intentions of teaching these guys about Condoleezza Rice and Colin Powell. You know what I'm saying? He had no interest in teaching them about George Washington Carver. You know what I'm saying? He had no intention of teaching about Benjamin Banneker. He had no intention to teach these black boys about Black American success stories. He was going to teach them about things that had no relevance in this time because that was his con game. That was his con game. So all the little artifacts that he collected and all the people that donated stuff, that was going to be his museum. He was going to have his history museum in his school. He was going to teach his kids from his art gallery in his school, from artifacts that he collected. He had no intentions of really taking these boys out to get real history. Sadly, he had no intentions of enlightening these brothers, these young boys and sisters on real black power. He was going to teach them African power. And what's African power? You can say, well, Don, what is black power? Isn't black power African power too? No, but he was going to teach them African power, whatever African power was. Because he didn't teach them nothing of black power. Because he would have started with a trip down the block to a museum. He could have started off with a trip down the block to a museum. And he never, ever, ever, ever did. Have we ever seen any footage of Umar Johnson? And I ain't talking on a trip with young black boys going to the museum. Not just going to the museum, going to the aquarium, going to the science, building of natural science. Why he never did a fundraiser? Well, he got people to pay for a bus. I want to get 5 buses, and we're going to take these. We're gonna do a bus trip from the FDMG. Even as I'm speaking this, I'm trying to convince myself to do a bus trip, leaving from the FDMG school and going to the African American Museum. Because I'm gonna let you know, folks, I never been inside that building myself. So I actually would love to take a trip to the museum. I sold stuff. I sold product in front of the building. I even got free tickets to go inside, but I chose to sell the product instead of going inside because I didn't feel like walking all my stuff all the way to the car and coming all the way back. It was cold, and I was parked real far. So I was like, man, if I walk all the way to the car, put this stuff back, I'm leaving. I ain't coming all the way back to the building. You know what I'm saying? That's for real, for real. So I never been to the museum myself. So I want to plan a trip, and we're going to do a bus trip. Okay, this is something serious too. I mean, this is something I really, really, really want to do because Umar Johnson neglected the boys, and he failed to do this. I feel it's my duty. I want to do a bus trip. Okay, I want to visit. I said this before, the Blacks and Wax Museum, and is it still around? I don't know if it's still around now in Maryland. You know what I'm saying? Did they finally shut that museum down? The Great Blacks and Wax Museum in Maryland, that little tour, they give. Did they finally shut that tour? Did they close that museum down in Maryland? I know a couple years ago they were saying they was having some hardship. They wasn't getting the tourist attraction. Umar Johnson could have been Umar Johnson could have been the face of the Blacks and Wax Museum in Maryland. He could have became a face for the museum and the African American Museum in DC. But he did not know how to draw the bridge. And plus he has a negative energy towards that museum. I'm pretty sure he has negative feedback about that building. I guarantee you somebody can find something in his archive of speaking about that museum that he spoke about it, and he probably cooned that building out. He probably said that's a museum of coons. I'm gonna say that Umar said that that's a museum of coons. Because if it was a museum of greatness, that man would have definitely organized a bus trip with these black boys. And so I would like to do so with your help. I think this would be the greatest accomplishment that school have done. And it's not coming from school. I just want to launch it from the school. I just want to use it as a catalyst in Wilmington, Delaware. A bus leaving. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. It's still open. So yeah. So I would love to do a little bus trip, a little bus tour. Call it like a rites of passage. You know what I'm saying? Because my program is called Project Picnic. I was just talking and saying, like what are we living for if we really not living for bettering the future? Because if the world was to shut down right now, if the whole world was to go totally blackout for 10 years, and every human being, whether you're a child, a baby, or a grown adult, elderly, senior about to die, if you are on this land right now, you are automatically corrupted. We are all corrupted. Every human species on this planet is already corrupted with a certain level of evil. It don't have to be taught no more. It's in our bloodstream. We don't have to see it no more. It's already in our program. Whether you're a child, it's in your blood. You don't have to know. It's just in you right now because you're born in this whole system of corruption. So if we are not focusing on ending this corruption within our own programs, our own systems, We sitting back thinking that Umar Johnson has the only corruption in his system and his program, and we not looking at our system and our program and not realizing that we all need to reboot our own systems and our own programs because the future is already infested with a virus. Your baby, my baby, his baby, her baby's already infested with a virus. You like that, right? You like that, right? And that's why I'm praying that y'all really can see where we going with this, because I've never been to the Great Blacks and Wax Museum, and I've never ever been to the African American History Museum in DC. I've never been inside. I want to go. I want to make it a learning experience for myself. I want to share the experience in honor of Miss Moody from Jamaica, Queens. I told her that, she told me that was a great experience and she wanted me to really do such a thing, and I never did it. It hurts. It hurts not to accomplish things that you really feel in your heart that you want to do, but you just get sidetracked with a bunch of nonsense. In Umar Johnson case, he got sidetracked with cookies. Women cookies he got sidetracked with, where he didn't allow himself to progress in the way that he could. I got sidetracked with everything of confusion and mass destruction and the devil attacking me and my own self and sabotage of this and you name it. Corruption. So my whole thing is, if I can do one thing, I would love to accomplish this bus trip, because it would seem like an accomplishment, but it would actually be the start of a new beginning, a new chapter. I have a friend who have a yellow bus, you know what I'm saying? But the bus is a little beat up. So we can either fix the bus up and make that the official bus that we use to travel for these little trips, or we can spend extra money and we can get those charter buses. But no matter what, I would love to continuously do these annual bus trips for educational purposes, because I need to get educated, and so do they. So that it's a personal trip for me, because I can't just go once, because I know I'm gonna miss something. Even if I went twice, I know I didn't get a chance to do something else. So I want to really make it a true experience that we can create something out of what's already there. We can create something else that's already what we have. So we already have a museum. We got the Great Blacks Wax Museum in Maryland, and we have the museum in DC. Two locations to do a nice little bus trip, overnight bus trip to those two locations is what I want to do. An overnight bus trip, and do this monthly. I want to do it monthly, because this is something that's needed. Then we're going to find different other locations in different cities. But right now, I just want to keep that going, because that's an easy run. From Delaware to DC, from Delaware to Maryland to DC, that's an easy little run. Then back. That's that DMV shit. Okay? That's that DMV, Delaware, DC, Maryland, Virginia. You know what I'm saying? But Delaware, Maryland, Virginia. Delaware, Maryland, DC. We just keeping that whole area, that district. But this is something that has to be done, because Umar Johnson has never, ever, 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 ever did that, and we got to respect the children. So yes, you trolling that man hard if you use that place as the pickup and drop off location. You're damn right, and that's the game plan. So when I go out there the 21st and do this barbecue, I'm going to introduce to these people, and we're going to be live, and I'm going to ask you to help me organize this bus trip. I'm going to ask you to help me sponsor these bus, so I can take at least 20 to 25 people from that neighborhood. Because remember, I was at the school because I wanted to do a program. I was at that school because I felt like I can launch my youth program from that school. So I feel like I failed them by not being able to get that program going. I feel as if I failed them by not coming. You know what I'm saying? Y'all gotta understand. So I feel it's my duty to do something like that as that building is about to be gone, turned over to the city. And that community needs to know. I might even be a slickster and get them to say, hey, we want to save the building. Just to shove it up his ass. And rally up the people in that neighborhood to save the building. Oh, and just to get it going, so they could say, you dropped the ball on a community that would have supported you. But you didn't engage us. But hey, we wasn't able to raise this money for that, but we're going to take this money and do this. So the initiative is to try and raise that $40,000, and if we can't, then we're going to put that $40,000 towards something else, and it's a community project that I might just launch over there. No con, no scam. This is what they're going to do because they seen, they was there, they saw, they had high hopes. And what we got to do, we got to help. Let's help save it. And if we can't, well, this is what we're going to pool our resources to do. So sometimes you need to destroy to build. And so if destruction comes to his situation, and we trying to help, we trying to help build it. We trying to help save it. But if we can't help save it, then by us trying to help something that's already being destroyed, it's going to help us because we're just going to shift it to the next project. This is something that we got to start thinking. I told you back in 21, we have to think differently in this. We can't just let it be all fun and games and ha ha he he ho hos. This is a teaching. This is a time to be. This is a time in history that we can't teach about how a race of people really came together during a time where they was mistreated by their own people. And they yet still they came together and they resolved it in a way that the children and the communities really reap the benefits. The people in the communities reap the benefits. This is the time that we can use to really make a change. Is how we're going to finesse it. So if this trolling is needed, a bit tired. This is definitely needed. Certain levels of trolling is needed. And my trolling, as they do call trolling, is needed. I call it tough love. There was never no buses on that block leaving out, going nowhere. There was never no buses going out, leaving nowhere. You know what I'm saying? Never ever no buses going out, going anywhere. Are you doing it for the children or just to rub it in his face? If the tensions aren't pure, it may not go well. Are you doing it for the children? Or are you doing it to rub it in the face? Okay, good question. Good question. Am I doing it for the children or am I doing it to rub it in his face? Good question. Hold on. Okay, let me take this down. Wait, where's that? Employment fair. Must register with Project Pick Me Up to enroll in immediate hiring. With me, it's always about the kids. I'm going to use the kids to rub it in his face because we're going to succeed with the children, something that he didn't do. The children's going to rub it in his face because they're going to be like, yo, what happened? Why didn't you do what you said you was going to do for us? You can't keep doing, people like you can't keep doing this to us black men who already going through it with our own homes. We can't be looking up to people like you. That's what I'm saying. It's not rubbing, it's slapping. I'm gonna use the kids to slap them. And at the same time, the kids are going to benefit because this is a project that is needed. The children are going to slap him because he used the children to raise money. He used the children. The kids don't. He used children. He used all those boys to live a lifestyle off of them. No, they deserve a right to slap him. Like, how dare you do that, man? You gave nothing to us, and you had this man in the building right here, and he was willing to do for the community, and you fed him that, man. How dare you? Yeah, so no, they're gonna slap him. What's this? I don't know the question that's being asked right now, Ren. I don't know what you're asking, Ren. All right, so yeah, this is StreamYard though, but I don't know what you're asking. Yes, this is StreamYard. So going back to this right here, are you doing it for the children or just to rub it in Umar's face? And for those who's just tapping in, I want to do a bus trip. You know what I'm saying? This is for real. We got the Great Blacks and Wax Museum that I've never been to, and I've never ever been to the African American History Museum neither. I want to launch a bus trip to those sites. I need to do this for myself. You guys really don't understand. This is really personal. I really need that trip. I'm embarrassed not to have gone to these places. And so I would love to share the experience with others and continuously do it because I want to just keep learning and learning and learning and just, have something that I can really be behind and be supportive of. So I want to, get behind those two establishments. I want to do a bus trip. I want to leave from the FDMG site because Umar Johnson never ever did a bus trip with these boys. He never did a bus trip with these young people. I ain't talking about teenagers so that he can play games with them. I'm talking about these little young boys. An educational bus trip. Having he did an educational bus tour trip, instead of doing speaking engagements, having he had people organize where we're going to go to visit various different cultural sites in different cities. And he's one to organize bus trips with boys. Hey, I need you, Sister Betty, the organizers. I need you, Sister Doreen, to do this. I need you, Sister Maggie, to do that. And if he had bus trips being organized in different cities. Now, I'm saying this because this is what I want to do. I was talking to one of my crossing guards. She wants to back this. So don't think I'm like making sense. She wants to back this because we were sitting there, and, I'm serving my ice, and she's on the corner, crossing the kids, and she's like me, she don't tolerate nothing. She won't be tolerating that. Those loudmouth kids, none of that. It's so beautiful. That's her block, and so she was, we was just talking about the program. So she knows about this Umar situation as well, and so she was saying just what things that I should do. So she said the guy up the block has the bus. She said, "Why don't y'all link up and and do some bus trips?" And I was like, "Yo, Miss, you were so right on point because this is something I was talking to him about. I was trying to figure out how to use the bus, but yeah, this is something I want to do. So yes, you're 100% right." She said, "And I would back it." Okay, she would back it. I'm looking for people who back this bus trip. It's just that my personal life, y'all already know, I was going through some things, and we climbing out quietly, humbly. We climbing out the box. We climbing out the box in the FDMG, and we rising up. We rising up. So my whole thing is stick with me. Let's organize this bus trip on the block of the FDMG. Let's have some buses leaving from that site for Wilmington kids. If you're from Philly and you want to come out there, you can come to the bus trip too. This is for real. Anybody from Philly who can make it out there and get on the bus, get on the bus. It's the get on the bus tour leaving from the FDMG. Because if this school exits, I believe that we can still put the FDMG on the map by just leaving from that and having that as a tour site. You know what I'm saying? That's a tour site for everybody who never seen with the school what it could have been. This is what it could have been. So we're gonna leave at the what could have been, the what could have been rock, the what could have been school, the what could have been if we really came together. So it's psych. I'm working on psyche at the same time by having that as a land spot. This is and we're gonna have a tour guide talking about the FDMG school itself and what it could have been, but how it destroyed itself. And how others on the outside destroyed it as well, because we don't really support one another on that level. And so that's why we're taking this bus trip, so we can understand the trueness and the reason why it's important to celebrate each other and work with each other and love each other. Learn the rules, respect, unite, love, and have empathy. You know what I'm saying? That's very important. Oh, yes. I got you. My bad. Yes. I got you. Yes, I'm allowing guests. I was just giving me a little bit of time to talk a little something. I was allowing myself a little bit of time to start talking because I allow guests and then I forget the hell I was really even talking about or wanted to go. So, yeah, I'm definitely, you can hit the panel, Ren. Hit the panel. Most definitely, you from New York. Yes, I am. Now let me share this video before people start tapping in. Hopefully, I would love for y'all to tap in. So tap in. But let me just share this video real quick. Okay. Ren into the studio. Okay, Ren, you enter the studio. Just give me 2 seconds. All right. I'm about to set the stage up real quick. All right, I'm gonna let you in. Just let the video play. All right. Oh, I got you. Oh, like I said, this was King. This is that dude, King Randall. I was looking for the video of him talk about Umar, but I came across this and I said, let me hear what he's saying. And then I like what he's saying. It says, tell our sons the truth. Tell your boys the truth. I like him because he thinks like me. He's younger. He's younger than me, so that's a good thing. All right, watch this. A lot of time you're not going to the NBA. What's your favorite? Hold on. NBA player. Stephen Curry, are you up at 4 o'clock in the morning putting up shots like Stephen Curry is? You're not going. Are you only going to practice when your coach says you practice? Nope. I got a cousin in the NFL. Why? I played football too. But when he was younger, he meant it. He was outside doing drills by himself, running by himself, whatever he could do. Timeout. Why is it not working? Hold on. I messed up. So let me share. My bad, Ren. Ren, what's up?
Oh, how's it going, man?
Everything's cool. Hold on. My bad. I forgot you was back there. I'm trying to share this screen, but for some reason, I'm not seeing it. Because maybe I don't have it up. Okay, there you go. Hold on. Let me get the full screen of it. I'm still trying to figure out how to work the that's you. I'm still trying to figure out how to work StreamYard. I'm not gonna lie. I wanted him up more than me. How you feeling though, bro?
Oh, good. Have you heard the big news in terms of peace to the saints? You heard about him?
Say that again. Wait,
Marquette, peace to the saints.
Speak up a little bit because I'm hearing you, but it sounds a little low.
I said Marquette, a peace to the saints guy.
No, I don't know that.
Oh yeah, he's recently offered 8 hours ago. He offered Umar Johnson to buy that property in Wilmington, Delaware. So he kind of either put himself on the line or he's trying to put Umar into check. So yeah, and that reached about like I don't know 30,000 views in just 8 hours. So it's
All right,
yeah,
so it's going to get 30,001 views. So what's the name?
Marquette, a Peace to the Saints. He's better known as the Saint. His YouTube channel is the Saint, and he goes by his follower is Peace to the Saints, but his real name is Marquette, or at least that's one of his names.
So my G, the video is Pizza Saint, the YouTube
His
channel,
YouTube channel is the Saint. That's
the
his.
Saint. All
But
right,
he
all right,
always says Peace.
the
Okay,
Saint.
yeah.
All right, let me. I'm just okay now. So now I have. Thank you for that info. Let me pull up. Let me just get this video to play, and then I'm let me drop my face. How the hell I drop me down? Okay, that's how I do it. Okay, bam. That's cool. All right, cool. So I'll drop this down. I'm gonna let this dude talk, and as I look for that piece, I mean the Saint, right?
Yeah, it's the most recently. I mean, he released it 8 hours. So yeah, just go on YouTube, put the Saint or the Saints. Yeah.
I got you. I got you.
Okay. Okay.
Got you.
By himself. Nobody ain't have to tell him. You got so many kids want to play football and basketball, like you're not going. Are you practicing for real? No, you're not. You're not. There's kids out here that's actually up getting it every morning. Their parents making sure of it. Even if they by themselves, they out practicing, doing what they're supposed to be doing. Dedication, commitment. Stop lying to our sons. Let's go there. No, son, you're not going to make it. Find something else to do. And be real with our children and tell them the truth. Even for our kids who want to play sport, I tell them all the time, you're not going to the NBA. What's your favorite NBA player? Stephen Curry. Are you up at 4 o'clock in the morning putting up shots like Stephen Curry is? You're not going. Are you only going to practice when your coach says you practice? Nope. I got a cousin in the NFL. Why? I played football too. But when he was younger, he meant it. He was outside doing drills by himself, running by himself, whatever he could do by himself. Nobody ain't have to tell him. You got so many kids want to play football and basketball, like you're not going. Are you practicing for real? No, you're not. You're not. There's kids out here that's actually up getting it every morning. Their parents making sure of it. Even if they by themselves, they out practicing, doing what they're supposed to be.
So that message like with Umar, like if you're not practicing being a teacher, practicing being a principal, practicing being a leader with the kids, if you're not in the practice motion, if you're not practicing it, in the last 10 years, what practice has Umar had, Ren, in regards to being a principal?
Yeah, I've always said to his supporters, like I mentioned to C Rock when he was around, right? C Rock Smooth. Can anyone tell me Umar Johnson's resume? And no one could offer anything. So yeah.
No one can even offer a child resume. It's like this is kind of weird right now. Hold on one second. I'm sorry. What was we just speaking about?
Oh, I was thinking that it may hurt the Saint a little bit because he criticized Umar, but at the end of the day, I think he's trying to further put Umar in checkmate basically, because if you look at the schools in Wilmington, and the fact that it's in Delaware, and the LLC is in Delaware, and its connection with the old Moyer Academy, some years ago, that was connected to real estate fraud, but they always try to erase that information. Not the new Moyer Academy, the old Moyer Academy. So yeah, I don't think Umar really owns them things at all. In Delaware, if you look at how loose the Delaware laws are, people take advantage of it. So I think that school was probably wrapped in an LLC and a holding company in a corporation. Because I mean, they got more LLCs registered in Delaware than people exist in Delaware, like 200 more thousand.
If I'm not mistaken, my first LLC came from Delaware, and it was a dummy LLC, just established just to get some free phones. You know what I'm saying? This is crazy. So, and that was done in 1990 something. By this man, he put me onto this. I went down to the place and picked up like 40 phones. Like, holy shit, for something I didn't even have.
So like I said, I think Umar is just, he'll maybe use the excuse that, that Saint is a hater or whatnot. But yeah, I don't, Umar doesn't act like, the type of person that really owns those schools. And him never mentioning how much money he's raised, and what was it? He went through two LLC, and in one instance he said he didn't pay taxes, for like a whole year or something. It's just corrupt all the way. But we can use, the offer that the Saint did. We could spread it to Anton Daniels, Black Conservative Perspective, Officer Tatum. Send the email to all them channels, like you or anyone who's listening. If you want to hold Umar accountable, because this is a brilliant way. The fact that he's offering Umar, if it's even possible, like I said, on the real estate front.
Hold on one second. Hold on one second.
Peace to the saints. If you'd be kind enough to confirm that the audio is coming from this microphone here. I want to talk to you today about a very sincere opportunity and effort to acquire all or part of the FDMG Academy. And this is something that I encourage you all to share with Dr. Umar, and I'll tell you why. My understanding right now, and I'll reference a video that gives some of the numbers, but my understanding right now is that Dr. Umar's school that he has raised millions for and perhaps allocated, actually spent maybe 1.5 million on, that it is in risk of being taken away essentially by the state, the government that is, and auctioned, which means that all of that money donated will have been thrown to waste. My sincere offer, and it's very clear that I can make this offer in sincerity and convert on it. My understanding is that Dr. Umar owes approximately 38,000 US dollars between utilities, back taxes, things like that.
Time out, homeboy. See, with me, because I'm so neutral. You know what I'm saying? I'm so neutral. Like, I would sound like a defender. I would sound like a offender and the defender. Right now, I'm gonna sound like a defender. Where the fuck was this nigga at 6 years ago? Where was this fuck? Where the fuck was he at 2 years ago? What you guys say about that, man?
I think I mentioned it a little bit before. He's just trying to put Umar in check, right? He probably, someone like him and intelligent and research, he probably knows the little thing that whether me and FDMG Revealer or the Smoke God, of the corruption of Wilmington, of that Wilmington place, the former Moyer Academy. He already knows that Umar don't control that shit. He's just trying to put him in check and put, of course, himself, the Saint, in dominant and favorable position. That's what he's doing. But he already knows if me and the Smoke God, or whatever, or what was it, Kia Green, he's pretty knowledgeable and has people working with him too and stuff. He knows. He's just trying to get his name out there.
So you say he's working with the Smoke God?
No. I'm saying the fact that me and the Smoke God did it. Someone like Peace to the Saints. He's very knowledgeable. He has good research, and he does have a team. I think for something to that effect of people working with him. So.
But that's what I'm saying. I mean, did he have money? Did he have money 5 years ago? Did he have money? Was his money long enough to make an offer like this 5 years ago, 4 years ago, 3 years ago, 2 years ago, 1 year ago? Because no matter what, whether Umar's losing that school to taxes this year, or no, or if he losing school to taxes, or if he losing taxes 5 years ago. And if man knew about the situation and knew of him, I'm trying to figure out why he didn't come out to help out any way possible then. And if he's just doing it just as a trolling manner, like this like a bit Ty said, you know what I'm saying? He damn well knows that Umar's not going to accept no type of you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
He's
so
not.
I get it. It's a meta thing. So you're saying, why didn't he troll earlier? I don't
Yeah.
I don't really know. I can't really
Just
speak for the brother. I don't.
like you could show earlier and be like, yo, could have visited like, yo, I got $50,000, $40,000 offer for the school. I just want a piece of, can I get a little piece of the something? Let me get a classroom. Let me get a piece of the building where I can do something. I got $50,000 to give. And I
I know,
even
but
as
you got to think of you have to
this
think
investment.
about it this way. Oh, sorry. Oh yeah, I said you got to think about it this way. It's like people want to be a part of a season finale. I mean, a lot of people have been talking about Umar Johnson this year, let alone because of his daughter, let alone in terms of him losing the property. So I think he pretty much sees himself as too big for that dumb stuff in the past. But it appears to be the season finale, and like the season finale, they usually bring in old characters, new characters, anywhere from Hell's Kitchen to America's Next Top Model. I think that's what he pretty much sees this as, the season finale, or at least this part of the Umar scam shit. And that's why
Well,
he's throwing his die in.
his agent should have told him that it was going to backfire and he's going to look kind of like retarded because like I kind of want to go in on him.
I mean, you're putting this very meta, you know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, how come you're mad at him? I mean, he's, like I
Yeah,
said,
look,
this could be used to further discredit or harm Umar. So it would
I
just be
know, but
some.
no matter what, like this person said, is like it's about ego. So we talk about black power, we talk about children, we talk about excellence, and we talk about nigga egos.
Yeah, but I mean, anything that discredits Umar Johnson scamming. I mean, it feels like you're arguing in a tone of like Batman type thing, the ultimate right thing, or something. I mean, at the end of the day, anything that discredits Umar, I mean, fine.
Okay, now
You know,
Ren. Now look, I'm gonna play Umar right now. I'm gonna play Umar. You know what? So this nigga want to give me fit for he want to cover the shit. You got money like that? You think that you fly? You think you gonna play me? Umar, I hope you're listening. All right, yo, give me that money. Let me get that. If I'm scamming, I'm scamming. So now, if this dude is just doing anything, he feels Umar scamming. Either this, obviously, this guy don't think Umar scamming. Because if he thinks that Umar scamming, why he gonna give him the money to keep the scam going? Because if I'm Umar, I'm like, give me that shit right now. Because it's the grand finale. I might as well take your bread too, retard. So give me that. If the grand finale and you know what I'm saying, because anybody right now who's going to give and try and save this man must believe that if you're going to save him for $40,000, you believe in his dream still, and you believe that he's not scamming.
I mean, you have to realize that Anti-Apple Svengali, she hasn't stopped, but she's gone underground. So I think that you have to understand that there's been a lot of people that are probably alerting, Delaware authorities. They're getting tired of hearing stuff from Umar. So, like I said, a lot of the time in the sector of different personalities, it's a closed thing. It's not Umar that owns that. He has handlers, and the whole having a building in Delaware with the same LLC being in Delaware and all the Moyer stuff is like, it's a closed thing. Like I said, it really is a season finale. He's
You
not.
know, it is. It definitely is. So let me get back to him because maybe I stopped it way too early. Maybe I'm not getting it. I'm just saying, like, okay, for example, if I had the money right now, I would really use this as a time to do tough love with Umar. You know what I'm saying? I put in $50,000 to save your ass. It's time for you to really come clean. This is the rules and stipulations on it. The same about you taking my bread and just running and doing the same old. You gotta come clean. Either you get this, take this money and come clean and get you get, you know, reinstated back into your position platform, or you just go with die with the scam. Like, where's his punishment? Let's see what's his name again? The Saint. So
Yeah,
I
yeah,
hope
yeah.
hopefully he has a punishment behind it. You know what I'm saying? Let's see.
Like this. And in paying that bill, which is a manageable bill, he would be able to retain this real estate property, the land and the school buildings. So my offer is to, pending, of course, an inspection, and this can all be private between Dr. Umar and I, the inspection, the results of the inspection, the state of the actual buildings, all these things. Because I do acquire distressed assets. This is clearly a distressed asset, and I think that we can do something that'll both benefit potentially students that could learn there at the FDMG Academy. It'll certainly benefit the donors who want their dollars honored and not wasted. It will make sure that Dr. Umar is able to continue on the journey that he's on. And of course, there'll be something in it for me. As I said, it's a distressed asset. So essentially what would happen is this. My sincere offer is I will write the check for, you know, $40,000 or so, however many dollars it is. I'll write the check for $40,000 if you would allow me to just obviously tour the properties, and, you know, if they meet at least a reasonable condition upon visual inspection, then I'll send a proper inspector through to see what the true challenges are of the buildings. You know, what is the actual quality of the HVAC, the electrical wiring, and all the things that are needed to get the buildings functional. And pending the inspector coming back to me with a report that doesn't have anything too egregious, meaning too costly, such that the actual value of the buildings would be less than $40,000, which I don't foresee being the case, I would then basically, and my understanding is he has a number of buildings, maybe an elementary, middle, and high school, is that I would basically do the following. Whichever building is appraises best and is returned by the inspector to have, you know, a reasonable number of repairs needed to make the building functional and useful, I will take ownership of that building. So what I'm saying in short is that I will pay.
Can pink salt really help you slim down while you sleep?
That commercial break.
I tried it,
And, it's just,
and here's what
it's
happened.
freaking open.
Ladies, listen up.
Yeah.
The video showing the pink salt trick that
Pending a
wait, go ahead.
An appraisal and pending a inspection of the property by a certified inspector, I will write the check to remove your utilities and tax burden, tax woes, in exchange for control of one of those buildings.
This nigga's playing Shark Tank, son. And like I said to you folks, I said last night, Umar hit the jackpot. What you think, Ren? Did he hit the jackpot?
Oh, what do you mean when you say he hit the jackpot? Say it again.
By him coming to a crash landing like this, and this man coming out of nowhere with this Shark Tank offer. This is a Shark Tank offer. Like, damn, dog, you want to own this? But I mean, it do make sense. But dude, I don't know if he's gonna go for that. But do make sense.
But I mean, to be simplistic, I mean, they've offered. Umar Johnson has turned down help before. Many people have covered it, released YouTube about it. Lennon Otter then re-released it. So I don't, I'm not sure. Plus, like I said, the real estate situation I mean, it's a black hole, just like guessing how much money Umar Johnson has raised. We don't know how much money he's raised, and we don't know what the hell that real estate scenario or setup is in there. So, you know, it's like multiple levels of impossibility. But hey, who knows?
So
It could work. You know?
a bit tired says, you know, Umar's not going to go for it. Who in the chat right now thinks that Umar is going to go for this right here? You know, if you think he's going to go for it, put a 1. If you think he's not going to go for it, put a 0. Which one? Is he going for it? 1. If he's not going for it, it's a dub. Put that 0. You know what I'm saying? And this is for real because personally, I think I'm gonna cover this dude, the Saint, and I kind of want to smack him around a little bit just because. Do you want to know why I want to smack him around?
He's a good fighter, so I don't. But yeah, but why? You know?
You say he's a good fighter?
Yeah.
Oh, you know him personally?
No. I mean, but it's a part of his history. He posts some shit. But I mean, why are you mad at him?
Oh
that
yeah,
much,
I seen the video. He looked all sweaty. But not. Why do I want to slap him? Because if he knows Umar's situation, why you don't know about why the downfall, the stages in the downfall of Umar Johnson? I was definitely a step of the downfall of Umar Johnson. Would you say or no? Yes or no?
say it again. You were a step for his downfall. Is that what you said?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And why this motherfucker don't know that? This man had a man in this building trying to save him. Just saying, I didn't have the money like you, but I was trying to save him with my body, my existence. Behind the scenes, so everybody stopped the ridiculing. And he paid me not. Are you going to cover that too? So that's my next live. Are you going to cover that debt? Because he said cover some debts. Didn't he say cover some debts?
Yeah. Because Umar pretty much took over debts of Moya Academy.
So let's go back to that real fast. Okay, I had to catch myself. Let's be smart with this.
The benefit for Dr. Umar.
Hold on, nigga.
Imagine being able to build an app with your name on it just by thinking about it. Meet Bates 44, a complete AI.
The gadget here.
I don't foresee being the case. I would then basically, in my understanding is he has a number of buildings, maybe an elementary, middle, and high school, is that I would basically do the following. Whichever building is appraises best and is returned by the inspector to have, you know, a reasonable number of repairs needed to make the building functional and useful, I will take ownership of that building. So what I'm saying in short is that I will pay, you know, pending an appraisal and pending a inspection of the property by a certified inspector, I will write the check to remove your utilities and tax burden, tax woes in exchange for control of one of those buildings. The benefit for Dr. Umar is that.
What y'all think about that right there? So are you going to pay Umar Johnson debt, his court debt as well? Because now I'm on your ass, my nigga.
I'm willing to think. I thought I saw Anti-Afro on, like, you know, this. I know we all know she's a fan of Young Pharaoh, but I thought I saw a comment on the Saints page. You know, I don't. Yeah, I think people are trying to use. Could very well be utilizing him to have some type of, you know, breaking down Umar Johnson scam. So it's a possibility that he's a part of the sector and the legal part of the sector at that. You know, trying to, I don't know what the hell. So
so you say you believe he's somewhat part of the sector, this dude right here, the Saint? What happened?
Yeah. I don't think he's a part of it. I think people are using him in terms of the people that are coming after Umar. So in that way, not a part of it, but you know what I mean? He's a part of the story line. Even if it's at the end.
I'm gonna let Rain and Woman up because she has something to say. Hold on, let's let Rain and Woman up. Rain and Woman, what you guys say, girl? I see you. I see you. Thanks for tapping in once again. 3 times. Yes.
Joyful morning, Dunn. And
Yes.
hi there, Ren.
How's it going?
Finding yourself. And hello, chat, and those catching the replay. First of all, how y'all doing?
Everybody good.
Oh, swell,
I'm
swell,
good.
wonderful over here.
That's good. That's good. I'm doing well myself. So I'm just tuning in. So if I miss anything or if I'm off on context of anything, please let me
Yes, yes, yes. Okay, so hold on. I see that you said, so why do you want to bother S and S? You were
know.
losing sight of the main premise and objective. Don, so speak on you. Speak what you mean by that.
Well, I came in right at the part where you were playing a little bit of SNS and commenting about him buying the building and the debt. And then you said something to the extent of you were going to get on him or slap him around a little bit because what does that mean? Is Umar going to take the deal or not take the deal? Should he? And what is SNS's purpose? Is he going to pay everyone's debt? Like, is he going to pay all of Umar's debt to other people, i.e., yourself, because of what you have invested in your time and your efforts? Right? Am I?
My thing is this: you're going to come into a scene where God is working. If God is working, how are you going to become a saint and intervene and stop God's work? If God is punishing this man for the person he is, what makes you to be the saint to come in and intervene to stop the punishment and still allow the pain of the suffering, all those who he hurt, continue on, and then allow him to continue with the ball rolling?
Okay, so let me address that, right? First of all, let's not make someone else a criminal in the matter or suspect in the matter.
You sure he won't be a suspect or a criminal in this matter right now? Coming
Yeah.
aiding at this point, you know what I'm saying? I expected somebody to do so, but you calling yourself the saint, but he say saint and sinner. You know what I'm saying? So his dark side is really talking. You guys not seeing his dark side talking.
I'm very,
hustle.
I'm quite familiar with SNS, and
Not me. Put me on. I'm not me.
so, but let me stay focused on the initial commentary first. Okay, the initial.
Facts.
So for someone to take over the building and make an offer, right? Because the offer is open to anybody. Anybody can make an offer at this point, right?
Yeah. Yes.
Now, once it goes to auction, it's no longer an offer to Umar.
Facts.
Okay, right? It's open to any and everybody. Any and everybody. In this instance, if someone from the BC Black community, such as it is, if someone from the Black community comes in and says, hey, I'll take the building, I'll make an offer before it goes into auction, I'll make an offer. And I'm willing to, in order to do this, they have to pay the debt anyway. They cannot not. No one can come in and not pay the debt. But let's be clear. Whoever purchases it, they do not owe anybody, any of the donors and anyone that invested in any shape, form, or fashion. They do not owe you anything. At some point, people are going to have to just chalk it up as a loss and get the lesson for themselves. At some point. And that's an option, because you can choose to get the lesson or you can not get the lesson. And that does not stop someone buying the building, or making this offer to Umar. That does not stop God's vengeance, and it does not stop God's work.
Exactly, you're right, and that's why I would continue the vengeance, and now and I would have to shift it on and bring some rain and hell on him for intervening on what was taking place over here, and because if he's going to be in it with the intentions like, yo, I can capitalize off of this, I can get my whole movement going on online up more. You know what I'm saying? I'll be a hot topic for like the next 5 years. You know what I'm saying? I have that property. That's all cool. But if you still neglecting Umar's daughter, you neglecting the workers, the staff people, you neglecting the whole thing that got it to this situation, you must take some of that heat. You don't have to care about the heat. You don't have to care about the smoke. But when the heat and smoke coming at you, it must happen. The same as Sean Combs. You know what I'm saying? They like, okay, Diddy wasn't the only one. It was, so everybody's trying to find who else involved, who was supporting, who was financing it, who was the financer of this. He wasn't. That's what we're saying. So the same with Diddy is the same as this. And so who's going to be the financer of the con to continue? Let's say he jump in, he save it, but the con gets even stronger now. The con is. I want to know if Connor.
I can get what you're saying in regarding to that. Here is the thing, though.
What happens? Before you even say, here's the thing. What happens if the thing goes on? He opens a school, and down the road, a mother is sexually abused by, or sexually touched wrong, or some sexual. Is that man also part of? Is a couple?
Well, then that then falls on his watch. If he takes, but the FDMG is not his course. That's not his.
But he heard everyone fighting. He heard everybody coming out and saying this is wrong. He's a predator, and then he saved the predator and allowed him. He just said, you know, and keep it going, and you kept it going, and then something vicious happened. Should he get some heat? Because he kept the ball going, knowing the host, knowing what it was all about.
Go into lunch. Go play with the ball.
Huh?
I'm talking to my kitten.
I'm like, what? The ball, like what?
Sorry, my kitten is doing her best to get my attention while I'm up here. So she's doing the most. Okay, so let me see if I got this right. You're saying if someone gets assaulted under what's going on with FDMG, if he were to purchase the building, that should fall on him. Did I get that right?
I'm asking, should it fall on him? Because everyone's coming out all this time saying, you know, this, saying that. You got Lene saying he's a sexual predator. You got everybody saying he's a sexual predator. Would you consider Umar a sexual predator?
That's a good question.
Because you've nervous to answer it now because the way I framed it.
I've never given any thought or consideration to that. If I was
out of all the videos that you watch of Lennon and your boy King Kong Crazy, you don't have nothing inside you think that he is a predator? Come on now, stop playing. You in the
no, honestly, I have never given any thought to him being a quote unquote predator. Now, I would say this: I think he positions himself to take advantage of women in their vulnerability that might be drawn to him because of his quote unquote supposed power and his popularity. He is famed at this point. He has been famed, right? He is somewhat of a celebrity in the conscious community and amongst the Black community of those that know him, right? Mm-hmm. But yes, and I see what you're saying, sis. She said that's what predators do.
Mama, I'm the ultimate trolling warrior. You went the platform that you on, the person that you talking to. I'm gonna get cocky for 1 second. I'm gonna be an arrogant fool for 1 second. I'm the best. I'm the best at this. I'm the one with the smallest platform, but with the biggest, strongest mindset and voice. Why would I go on SNS and destroy him? because if he don't acknowledge me, he must be destroyed. I go back 5 years before this whole shit. I said that we need to be getting the money. I said back then we need to start getting the money up for the school. He should have got with me back then. So for him to be going against me, he gets destroyed by me because he's going against me right now. And for you not to see that, it's like, I don't think you understand that this thing of this kingdom of lions and tigers and bears. The reason why there's a lot of prey out there, because y'all don't even see that y'all prey, because y'all can fall for any lion and he's gonna eat you at any given second. That saint sinner shit don't slide with me. I don't know nothing about him, but just in the 2 seconds I peep game. In the game I got, he got so much shark tank in him. He got his smooth character going. But if you think that you're gonna do all this shit and charm everybody and neglect me in my situation, and the punishment that I got going on with my ancestors and my spiritual gods and all this fucking shit that you want to talk about, you going to interfere with that? You can't interfere with my God, and now you have to get crucified for not acknowledging me now. At this time, he's going to have to acknowledge me.
Okay. But how did he, if he doesn't know about you?
How he, that's the problem. Why he don't know about me? If I was a step on for every single person in this Umar Johnson sector. For me not to be known, that's an issue. I'm the only one at every fucking channel who have a court case against. Do Lennon have any court case against this nigga Umar? Do we have any docket? Do we have a docket number? I have a docket number. I'm the only one right now that strongly say I got docket number, and I sat down with the FBI agents, and I'm not known in this sector.
Well, okay. See, this is the Umar Johnson sector. I don't even know everybody in the Umar Johnson sector. I didn't even know who you were. Right?
That's because now I'm gonna tell you why you don't know that. That's because of coon ass niggas that y'all watch are not really doing the right commentary. They saying, "Oh, Don was a defender, Umar." I'm listening to you like, what are you talking about? You should be like, Don has a docket number against Umar. That's what you should be saying to me. Don't you have a court case against Umar? As opposed to, was I a defender? That means that you listen to some coon ass clown cats who just getting mad because you on my platform and they want you back on their channel.
No, I got a comment. And let's see, you don't know about me either, right?
No,
let me tell you about me. I run on my own. When I say I run on my own, I'm in my own lane. I don't claim no sector. Okay, I don't claim no group, no clique. The only thing I claim is God, the Most High. So even if you see me, it's a privilege to have me on any panel. I don't jump on any and every panel. It's a privilege to have me in a chat room because I don't go in any and everybody's chat room. And even if I'm in your cloud, you should be flattered. That's how I roll. So
you got to be cocky on this channel over here because, like I said, you are talking to the king. So if you're not coming over here with a cocky attitude, you're gonna feel like you're getting crushed by me. So you better get your cockiness up over here, for real, folks.
So also, if I don't know about something, I'm unsure, I'll ask. Right? That's why I asked. I said, "Hey, this is where I came in on. This is what I got from you. Am I right? Am I wrong?"
Yeah.
Because I'm not influenced by what anybody else say or do. I'm only influenced by the kingdom and God. That's what I'm influenced by. And my own mind. Okay. So I asked the question because of something that I read. I didn't accuse you of anything. It was not alleged. I came and I asked the question. I said, so were you were supposed to be a defender, I guess, right? Were you not? And I said, if so, what woke you up, or how does it feel to now be awoke? I don't know anything about the court docket. See, you have to tell me. I
No,
didn't
but
know.
no, that's what I'm saying. Let me pause you right now because okay, so on that. So
Okay.
my whole point is why the masses of people who's been following this Umar situation right now are not hearing about the court docket that this man got. Why the masses of people not knowing or speaking about the FBI who got the FBI agent out there? Why? Because people they cover it for a hot second, but they don't cover it the way they should because they rather cover the comical part of it because that gets them more views. But in regards to the real victims don't really get no real coverage. And if they don't get no platforms and people don't bring them in on their platforms, they be sitting back, well, you got your own platform, make it happen. You got your own platform, make it happen. But then, oh, Lene, come here, come give us the juicy gossip. So how was he in bed? How was it? Like those things are important.
Mm-hmm.
So you're not going to get, because these guys are clowns. He said about Lennon said like 10 times, oh, I just can't help him. I just can't help him. I just can't help him. He refuses because he don't want to take spotlight off of him because he wants to be the Umar critic. He wants to be the number one critic of Umar. He wants to be the number one main source of Umar. He don't want no one else to be in the algorithm. He's out of control with it.
Mm-hmm.
So he's not going to promote this situation. Ask him why he's not pushing. Why you never had Don on your show? Because out of his mouth, he says nothing's really valid until you have a docket number. I got a docket number. Like, yo, I got a docket number. Holler at me. Oh, I just can't help him. I hope the best for him, but I just can't help him. It's not helping me. It's really using the situation to end this fiasco. He's like, what are you doing?
Mm-hmm.
I have to talk about you because you're being a dickhead.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why he don't do, because we have to talk about the dickheads because they be fools. And so now this dude right here, for you to know that this man school is losing school. Why you don't know?
Why he doesn't know that you are on the docket?
Why you not investigating what's those steps? There was some steps that took place. From the Lord Jamar interview all the way to now, what was those steps that got him into this position? Know what you're getting into. Do your research.
Mm-hmm.
Why he not doing his research? I guarantee you he know about Lene. I guarantee you he know about Throat Goat. I guarantee you know about the sister. I guarantee you know about Umar Johnson's father. How he don't know about this docket number, this court case, the ungruntled worker that Umar Johnson do not want to address. Out of everybody, Umar addresses everything, but he won't address my situation. That's the situation that everybody need to be pulling out the hat.
Let me ask you this. Do you by any chance have a video or a post of your docket?
Do I have a video of my docket?
Yeah, or a post about your docket?
Do I have a post online?
Yeah,
I mean,
or your case about him? Or your case against Umar?
yeah, that's definitely out there.
So, could I find it in your content?
Shit, I got almost 900 videos, baby. I don't know. Yo, that's what I'm saying. Yo, I swear.
So how far back is it? How far back did
I go back to 2021, 2022, 2023, because I won in 2023. So go back to 2023 when I won the case.
Okay, so that's like 2 years.
Yeah.
2 years ago.
That's about like 500 videos.
Do you have it in a title?
I don't, yo, mama, I swear yo, I don't know. I have no clue. I have no idea. Once it's put in the oven, I probably don't even take it out the oven. Someone else take it out the oven, I forget about the video. Some videos I go back to, but that's why I say I'm gonna do this live recap, because I'm doing a live recap. Oh, I was supposed to be doing a live recap of my video. See what I'm saying? Because I'll be forgetting about the videos. And I said, you know what you need to start doing? Recapping your videos. Mm-hmm. Just for this reason right here. So I'm gonna start recapping all my videos so you guys can really understand that I am a major step in this downfall, the slippery slope of Umar Johnson. He was cruise coasting until I really came onto the scene. Once I came to the scene and I told everybody, From now on, the school cannot open, will not open. Trust me, it's not going to open. It had some hope. I promise you, it had hope. It was going to open. But when I came out, it was no chance it was going to open. When he did me wrong, it was no way it was going to open, because he really did he did God's son wrong. And I already knew in my heart, like, oh man, because when I left New York and came to Philly, I told my people that, yo, this is the grand finale for him. Once I get on the scene, and if he's doing wrong, it's over for him. My man was sitting on the bed. He was like, yo, son. So because I was talking, I was leaning in his room talking to him. And I was like, yo, son, trust me, I'm about to leave. I'm going to the school. And he's like, so now all of a sudden, you gonna blow the top on this whole Umar Johnson FDMG school? And I said, if he's doing wrong, if he do me wrong, yes. And that's what happened. He did me wrong. So it ended there. Everything else from there is just what it's going to be. And so for him not to go to the beginning of why the school has white people going against it right now, that's the real question. How are white Americans now involved? Who got the white people involved? That was me. Y'all say anti-Afro? Yeah, we could say anti-Afro. We could say the fraud warriors. We could say they was working. But I guarantee you that she would even say Don kicked his ass. Shout out to Anti. She helped make that happen. So technically, the AFW did have a hand in it. The AFW Anti has a hand in on the step that took place of the slippery slope, which was me. And for him to say and come in and disrespect me as a man and say, yo, I'm gonna save Umar. I'm like, what about me, nigga?
Hold on, wait. Did he say he was going to save Umar?
Yes.
Okay, see, I missed it. Okay.
I got you with the video. We only at the beginning. And look, I was trying to hear the video, so we stopped the video. Nah, you good. Come on, girl. You good. So now I'm glad we did that, because that was a nice little segue and setup, because we are only 2 minutes in this video, champ.
Oh, that's all? Okay.
Champ, you feel me? So trust me. That's why I was like, yo, I'm sorry, folks, I got pause, and you came in on the pause, but I just said maybe let me hear him a little bit more, because I might be jumping the gun, but I'm just not liking what I'm hearing in 2 minutes. So
I apologize. And before you say one more thing, please. I'm definitely gonna let men do what men need to do. I am not trying to get anybody. I'm just trying to get an understanding where I lack understanding. Okay, so thank you so much, and I'm gonna go ahead and
stay right here, because I want to keep you. I want you to comment with me, so we can understand what's going on. But I love the fact of what she said, because I was like, I almost did a little short. It's called "Shut the Fuck Up." That was gonna be the short, but I didn't do it because I was like, Don, why are you gonna do that? But I really think that we in this lane, this time right now, sometimes we just need to just be quiet and see how it's really going to develop, because we're putting so much input on things and we're not allowing the smacking around, because maybe this guy need to be smacked around. Maybe he don't. I need to find out, do he need to be smacked around, because is he misleading these women? Are he misleading women? You know what I'm saying? So let's find out, because I know that when it comes to am I my brother keeping, building the nation of black men, for him to say I'm gonna help this man because he's trending, I'm gonna help this man because he seemed to be smart, but that man who's trying to make sure that man's school is going, who cares about him? I ain't even gonna throw him a $10 bone. I ain't gonna throw him a $20 bone, and that's still an insult. Throw me $500, throw me $1,000, pay that debt. If you're gonna do anything, you pay that debt, then I'll rock with you, my G. You pay Umar Johnson $5,000 debt to me, then I need to be at the table as well. You went in that school, I want in on whatever part of that school that you got. I want in, my G, for real. I'm with you 1,000%. If you pay Umar's debt of taking care of me, I rock with you, Umar. Take that offer. You want me off your back? Take that offer. He paid me, I get off your back. Oh no, I get it for your back in regards to that, but I'm gonna stay on your ass in regards to you make sure that you do what you're supposed to do. Let's play this video.
If you'd be kind enough to confirm that the audio is coming from this microphone here. I want to talk to you today about a very sincere opportunity and effort to acquire all or part of the FDMG Academy. And this is something that I encourage you all to share with Dr. Umar, and I'll tell you why. My understanding right now, and I'll reference a video that gives some of the numbers, but my understanding right now is that Dr. Umar's school that he has raised millions for and perhaps allocated, actually spent maybe 1.5 million on, that it is in risk of being taken away essentially by the state, the government that is, and auctioned, which means that all of that money donated will have been, thrown to waste. My sincere offer, and it's very clear that I can make this offer in sincerity and convert on it. My understanding is that Dr. Umar owes approximately 38,000 US dollars between utilities, back taxes, things like this. And in paying that bill, which is a manageable bill, he would be able to retain this real estate property, the land and the school buildings. So my offer is to, pending, of course, an inspection, and this can all be private between Dr. Umar and I, the inspection, the results of the inspection, the state of the actual buildings, all these things. Because I do acquire distressed assets. This is clearly a distressed asset, and I think that we can do something that'll both benefit potentially students that could learn there at the FDMG Academy. It'll certainly benefit the donors who want their dollars honored and not wasted. It will make sure that Dr. Umar is able to continue on the journey that he's on.
Rain,
and of course, there'll be something in
what
it
do you
for
mean by
me.
that?
As I said, it's a distressed asset. So essentially what would happen is this. My sincere offer is I will write the check for, 40,000 or so, however many dollars it is. I'll write the check for $40,000 if you would allow me to just obviously tour the properties, and if they meet at least a reasonable condition upon visual inspection, then I'll send a proper inspector through to see what the true challenges are of the buildings. What is the actual quality of the HVAC, the electrical wiring, and all the things that are needed to get the buildings functional. And pending the inspector coming back to me with a report that doesn't have anything too egregious, meaning too costly, such that the actual value of the buildings would be less than $40,000, which I don't foresee being the case, I would then basically, and my understanding is he has a number of buildings, maybe in elementary, middle, and high school, is that I would basically do the following. Whichever building is appraises best and is returned by the inspector to have a reasonable number of repairs needed to make the building functional and useful, I will take ownership of that building. So what I'm saying in short is that I will pay, pending an appraisal and pending a inspection of the property by a certified inspector, I will write the check to remove your utilities and tax burden, tax woes, in exchange for control of one of those buildings. The benefit for Dr. Umar is that he gets to retain the other buildings and continue on with whatever he was trying to do. Because right now, my understanding is that he's essentially pressed to acquire the capital quickly. And even if he were to raise it from his donors, which are probably shrinking in number of and frequency of and amount of, meaning amount that they're pledging, the frequency with which they pledge, and the number of persons pledging. So he needs quick capital, and quick capital has value. And
see, folks, the difference between who he is, he's not like a Pan-Africanist. He's not like a Black Power person. He's a businessman. He's an entrepreneur. He's a opportunist. So he's seeing the opportunity right now to capitalize off of a entity that's digressing, that's losing value. You know what I'm saying? So he, like he said, he buys these properties, he saves these properties. So he's looking at being the Umar Johnson savior. And although, like you said, he donated already. So you already donated to the cause. You felt like you was already outraged about the donation. And so now what you're trying to do, he's trying to save his donation and get money back on his donation. He's trying to become an investor off his donations. So that's his hustle. So he's not really caring about anything else. So it has to be brought to his attention. And because he's a businessman, he don't want me going in on him in his business. So I see him. He said, like he says, the debt is 38,000, or he's willing to pay 40 some odd thousand. Pay $45,000. Give me the surplus funds. Give me my surplus funds. Give me my $5,000-$6,000 to join the team. Because you don't want me to still be on the outside upset. So be part of the team. I want in on that piece of property. I want in on that Delaware land. I want in on that deal. And that's the only way that deal can go down. That deal, if Umar decides, hey, I'm going to take this money. And I hope Umar's listening. You know what I'm saying? I hope Umar hears. And he's just like, you know what, Don want to be like that. I'm going to go against it so I can have another person against Don. It's going to backfire. Because this man ain't going to be stupid. He's not going to sit back and take the heat. He's going to say, nah, I might as well get this man off me. Because he's right. He's right. So I'm not going to pluck him off my shoulder. I'm going to keep him on my shoulder because this man is right. Why didn't I know about this man beforehand? Yeah, he could be part of this deal. He deserves to be part of this deal. That's why I'm going to go out there to do this barbecue, to let it be known who I am. The FDMG barbecue, August 21st. Come down, folks. And if you can't come down, support. Because right now, I see a loophole for me to get my money. It's going to come from this donor right here. And it's going to come because he's invested. He want to invest into the FDMG. And I don't see it as a bad investment. Just respect me. You respect me is a respected investment. You disrespect me, that means you disrespecting every victim. You respect me as a victim, then I know you're going to uphold what you have to do because I'm added to the equation and I'm going to represent victims of this Umar Johnson situation. It's a simple process. This ain't you trying to make big time too. This is the right way to make big time. Put your money where your mouth is. If you was a donor before, then you a donor. So you're responsible for this. And I'm glad you asked that because look, that's where the part two come in. No, I didn't file the lien. The sheriff department, when I reached to the sheriff department, they said it was going to be very difficult for them to get that lien on that man. He said that my best bet was to attack him online. That's what the sheriff department said about a lien for me to get a lien. They said it's going to be too hard for them to issue a lien for Umar Johnson. That's why I'm going hard right now, folks, because the sheriff department told me to go this route. That sounds weird, right? The sheriff told me to go this route. And then they gave me the number for the FBI because they said, let me review some of this. And then they reviewed and they called me back, says, hey, you got a case. He said, I believe you got a case, a federal case. You need to take it to the FBI. And gave me the number and told me to call the FBI. He said, forget your lien, nigga, go to FBI. That's weird. That's weird, but that's what happened to me. So I was like, I don't have patience for a lot of stuff, man. I don't like that running around crap. I hate that running around and running around, spend mad money, running around, then you still don't have the nothing that you need. Going back and forth on the train to another city, state. And when I called, this what the sheriff department say, because I was about to go out there to the department, and then I said, let me call first, and I called, and they said, yo, listen, it's going to be extremely hard for us to get that lien on him because of it was, they served it at the school, but it's like they said, it was going to be hard. And now I might be sounding stupid, but that's coming straight from the sheriff department when I called them to find out what was the requirements for me to start the lien process. I was like, oh man, I almost gave up. But then when I called the FBI, then the FBI reached back to me, and then they reviewed and they said, oh, we like this case. Can we do it? Set up an interview? I was like, okay, let's see where this goes. And it kept going, it kept going. The next thing you know, his shit got shut down, and this happened, this happened. They said to me, I got a letter. They said to me, I understand that you really want your money, but right now we are working on a bigger part with this case. We will keep you informed. So the lien was kind of like put to the side, and this was happening. I'm upset. So now I want my money some type of ways from whatever's going to take place. Yeah, so yes, we didn't get the lien, but hopefully God still works in mysterious ways. That's what's happening. I'm a believer of that. I don't think his actions are motivated by respect. I agree with you. I agree, for real, for real. I'm gonna let the video play a little bit. I'm gonna go back to video. I apologize, folks. I apologize. Let's play video.
If he would invite me over, I'll fly out to Delaware on my own penny, and I will inspect it visually. I'll immediately hire an inspector, get an appraiser in there, and then I'll write the check. And then, I'll have one of those buildings signed over to me. He gets to continue on with a significant amount of real estate that will continue to be in his name and at his disposal, and we'll both win, and he gets out of a tight situation. That is the proposal. And I do want to concede to everyone that, number one, I'm aware that he's blocked me on several platforms, and I don't blame him, frankly. I mean, I've cracked jokes, I've been critical, but this right here is bigger than Marquette Devon Burton. It's bigger than Dr. Umar Johnson. It's about you as a Pan-Africanist, a pro-Black person. You don't want this building and all the donations from Black people to basically go into the government's hands. And certainly this building is not going to go to another Black person, certainly not a Black person creating a school for Black people. So I am a Black man, and I will cut the check, which everyone knows I can cut, and I will cut it quickly to salvage your effort and to save the valuable donations that you've already allocated. And all I ask is that I'm able to take control of one of the buildings, which I think is a fair deal, because frankly, it's in Delaware, which is like, I'm not going to get into it. But I think that that's a really good offer. I want to go through a little bit of what folks are saying, and then I'll go through one of the clips in which Dr. Umar speaks to this situation, and we'll wind this down. And I want everyone to know, I say this in full sincerity, and I want to be very transparent that I don't believe Dr. Umar about much. I believe that he's mismanaged the funds. I believe that he's squandered them for whatever reason. I believe maybe at the beginning he had good intention, but at this stage, that doesn't matter. He's dealing with a distressed asset that he's potentially going to lose everything. And I'm coming in with capital, ready to write a check quickly, and I can help prevent that. And I hope that ego or past, disagreements don't get in the way of him getting the check so that he can maintain control over the greater project and continue on with potentially creating a legacy and, honoring the donations. Like, that's what this is about. It has mutual self-interest. My self-interest is getting a distressed asset at low cost. Your interest is maintaining your reputation, maintaining your opportunity, maintaining your donor base, and honoring the dollars that you've already received.
This is why I stopped shopping on Amazon, and you should too. Don't spend another dime on Amazon.
Did he say anything about the kids though?
Your interest is maintaining your reputation, maintaining your opportunity, maintaining your donor base, and honoring the dollars that you've already received. And our interest is maintaining interest. My self-interest is getting a distressed asset at low cost. Your interest is maintaining your reputation, maintaining your opportunity, maintaining your donor base, and honoring the dollars that you've already received.
It has nothing to do about the black babies. It has nothing to do about uplifting women. It's business and my rep. It's about egos. It's about my ego, my ego. It's about each other egos. So I'm still not, you know what? I'm actually, like I say, the deal, call me Trump, but the deal is that's on the table. If I'm not part of that deal, sir, the deal can't go down. And because Umar knows that, you know, I'm dead serious with that situation, he's going to turn the deal down. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to stay on top of you, because you and I need to have a real conversation. You and I need to keep building on this situation, because if you're willing to do that, then you're willing to do something else that's needed to be done. We can figure out what's needed to be done. So don't just disappear if and once Umar Johnson turns it down. You need to link up with me, because I'm going to cover you. I'm going to cover you like peanut butter and jelly. I'm really going to cover you. I'm going to make it stick. I'm going to make it come together. And I promise you, if you follow my lead on this, Saint Man, Umar Johnson will have no choice but to gracefully bow down or gracefully exit, because he has no choice. But you said a lot just now. You said that, you know, you consider a troll by him, but you think that your money can make it happen with him. I'm telling you not to get manipulated by him. So he might say, yo, know what? Yeah, give me that money. But if I'm not at the table, he would manipulate you. Bring me to the table. Bring me to the situation. Bring me part of it. You're going to pay this man this debt and have him apologize. Like I say, that's the key thing. You cannot do this, Saint Man, without Umar apologizing. You cannot save him, Saint Man, without Umar addressing the people and apologizing. Once again, you cannot give this man a dime unless he apologizes. He has to apologize. That's part of the deal. Period. That's taking accountability. How the fuck you gonna come out of nowhere and say, I got the money, so hey, it ain't tricking. It's not tricking if you got it. You sound like Diddy right now. Let me take you shopping, Umar. That's what you're doing, Umar. Let me take you shopping. So if you're gonna do this shit right, you're gonna do it right. If you're just gonna do it because you think you got the money, no, it's not gonna work that way. Umar has to apologize publicly, starting with me. So he will find out who I am. I promise you. So he's my new target, because I have to target him, not negatively. I have to target him to make this situation go the right way. Because I can see like 10 other people coming out with $30,000, $40,000 to get in on the deal. I can see Shark Tank happening. I told you that Umar hit the jackpot with this. This is a sitcom. Umar Johnson has a sitcom. It can go so many different directions. When y'all think that it's going to fail, no, it's not going to fail, because someone will come out the woodwork seeing the opportunity for themselves. And that's what's happening right here. So if you think you're going to get an opportunity right now and I'm going to be kicked to the curb, hells to the nah. Hells to the nah. Hold on. I'll get with your chat. My bad. I don't even have my glasses on. What you saying right here? Why not wait until auction, or even go to auctions and get any other buildings, or go any? You know what, Barbie? You know, the reason why you don't want to do that, is because now I told you, you're going to be competing against other folks. Right now is a direct conversation. See, we are in a loop that has a direct target to him. All those people that will be coming to the auction don't. They be coming from here, they be coming from there, they just coming to get that shit. But to have a direct target to stop it from even going to auction, you just eliminate that shit. Because like I say, what happens if someone wants those buildings more than he do and willing to put up $250,000? What if they have a budget? They going in there with like, yo, it's 3 buildings. All right, I got a budget for $250,000 for those 3 buildings. I got a budget for $150,000 for the 3 buildings. Why do he want to risk bidding for the buildings for and going up to $125,000 where he can get it for $40 just by talking to the man directly? Understand? So he rather talk to the man directly, deal with it, because it's also better for him. It's more clout. It's more. It's a whole different level, folks. It's a whole different level. And so by being a whole different level, folks, it's different. You can't just go that way. When I'm on the internet right now, I'm doing the live stream, so YouTube. I apologize. So in regards to what Bougie says, you know what I'm saying? Why not wait until auction or even go to auctions and get any other building or get any other building anywhere? Because there's no the marketing behind this building is different, girl. Like y'all, where y'all at right now? Huh? Let's say he get a building in Delaware, right? Let's say he get a building in Delaware. He gets a building, let's say he's like 5 miles away from the FDMG. Who's going to cover that building? Who cares about him but getting that building? But if he got the FDMG building, he go live and say, just like 50 Cent said he purchased Mike Tyson mansion. That's a different ball game to say I purchased the FDMG and you go live with that. How many people you think is going to tune into his live stream of him talk about he purchased the FDMG and he's doing a tour of the new school and what he's going to do with the school, as opposed to him saying, hey, I purchased this building, look what I'm going to do with it. So the marketing behind the FDMG name, the FDMG, isn't that man who's trying to build a school for black boys? That see that whole connotation that goes with that, as opposed to him saying, yeah, well, you know, I went to auction. Him coming live and saying he went to an auction, he got an abandoned building for $30,000. You know what I'm saying? Want to hear my story? It's not going to be that lit. Now, ain't nothing special about those buildings. I don't even think this man has an interest in these buildings. I think it's just for clicks. That's what I'm saying. So by him getting those buildings, that's just an investment. A $40,000, he got plenty of real estate. So he get that for $4. He gets in on the investment for $40,000. How many views you think he's gonna get? 40,000 and better, 50,000 and better, 100,000 and better. So of course that's for that. He would be getting hundreds and hundreds of thousands of views easy. And the more it grows, it will, trust me. But he gets buildings anywhere else. Matter of fact, why is he even here right now? Because he know that his whatever he's doing on his side is low. Matter of fact, should I just go to his channel and see what it really looks like and see what his last video was and then compare it to his Umar Johnson video? And that's why I say that deal cannot go down unless I'm involved. You got to pay that debt of me, my G. Mine is $5,000 and better. I would like a little bit more, but it's $5,000. He can get clicks and views without buying them. No, but I'm saying that I agree, but I'm just saying that it would go through the roof of him saying, I'm here at the FDMG. I just purchased the FDMG building. I'm the new owner of this building, and I'm going to make this I'm going to make this a drive-through car wash, and I'm also going to make this a laundromat right here. I'm going to do, you know what I'm saying? If he was to do that, it'll be so much clicks that he'd get outside whatever he's doing. Yes, I mean, it's the marketing and promotion of it. Y'all, I'm trying to tell y'all can really be so think negative about Umar, but just think about how many times you see something about Umar, you click it. You see, you click it, and you click it, and she clicks it. That's just it's what it is. It's entertainment. But at the same time, if he can get that entertainment, then he can continue. He can really start his grift, his hustle. He would get support. Why wouldn't he get support? I'm telling you right now, if he was to do that, I want to be part of the deal. So if you say it's a grift, hold on. This is a grift. I'm being 100% honest. I'm being dead serious right now. I want in on his grift right here. Hey, folks, this right here, I want him to pay that debt that Umar owes me. I want him to get that apology rocking and rolling. I'm going to give my little fake whatever, no doubt, man. It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? Whatever, yo. Right. Where's my building? Where's my office? Where's my what can I operate from? What can I use? What can I do? That's it. That's where my mindset is at right now, folks. Time to capitalize. Time to get what we can right now. Time is limited. Mouths to feed. Time, bellies to fill. So right now, we're going to make dollars out of things that don't make sense. So if he's grifting, I want in on this grift, and I want you to pay me, my G, because you can't take on Umar, you can't save Umar and shit on me. I don't want to be trolling on you like that, but I will troll 800 videos on you. So we don't want that. We want to give each other a good pound, a good hand, a good hug, and say, yo, we're going to make this shit happen. And then I'm going to get you to start saying, we're going to do this for the kids. We're going to do it for nation building. We're going to get you to start thinking properly, especially if you have some finances to put towards the movement. Uh-oh, this guy is not a good guy, but I won't mention it again. We're going to get back to the video. Hold on. We're going to fill him a little bit more. Have you contacted him? Him interviewing you would probably be a lot of money for both. Yo, I agree, Bobby. And I mean, it'll be a lot of attention as well. You know what I'm saying? If you, I ain't see the money part, but if you said a lot of tension for both of you, hell to the yeah. Now, in regards to money, that would be awesome. That would be awesome. Rain and Woman says, the buildings aren't good. They are actually a death trap. They need a lot of work, intensive work with huge investment costs. He's like you said, he want to walk through the building. When he walked through the building, the worst thing he's gonna see that, and if that's still there, that's a damn shame, man. If those ceiling tiles guards are not up, if they are not up to this day, that is so sad. So I did a little Googling, and I was saying how much would 40,000 square feet of property, a school, 40,000 square feet. How much would it cost to put the ceiling tiles up? And it ranged from, Miss Independent, it ranged from anything from $160,000 to $800,000. Okay, so you say, it needs like $600,000 worth of work. I'm gonna give you $160,000 worth of work, okay? So I'll give you that. He got at least like $160,000 worth of work easy in there. Maybe I'm lying with that though, but but that won't be nothing for this guy. I'm trying to work this doggone internet, and for some reason, it keeps freezing, and I'm not able to see these messages. Why are you freezing on me? Share. I'll close that. Hey, Don, try to play. He going to try to play you, Don. Okay, he would use you. What you say? He going to try and play you, Don. He would use you for your views and try to play in your face. Don't get caught up in the facade. He has going on about how much money he allegedly has. He's known for that. In regards to play me, he would use. I don't get that many views, so he can't use me for it. I'm pretty sure he get way more than views than me. So the whole thing is, I feel you with that. He probably. I don't know much about this dude. That's what I'm saying. I don't know nothing about this dude. Damn, y'all, could you come up here and let me know a little bit about him? Rain Woman was talking a little bit about him. She said a little bit. I want to know a little bit about his history, his background. Who is he? You know what I'm saying? What brings him around? What's really good with this guy? Because is he a con man? He looks a little spooky. Take off that bucket hat and let's put a suit on, a cape. You know what I'm saying? Put a little bit more muscle. He looked like the guy that played in Blackula. He looked like the Dracula that played Blackula. You know what I'm saying? He has a very nervous and seducing type of way that's like, yo, this man looks like he would bite you in the neck. So yeah, folks, I didn't even get a chance to recap my video, but we recapping this. I guess this is better. You know what I'm saying? I guess this is better. So shout out to Ren. Folks, okay, Mr. Ren, MC Ren came on stage. He told me about this video, and he gave us a whole hour and a half of a live, folks. He gave us a whole hour and a half of a live that can go on for a whole day. But I've got to get ready to get myself together. You guys said that we want to know a little bit about the landfill, so maybe I can give him a little tour of the landmass and let him know what he has to expect over there in regards to the brownie.
Okay. Now, let me go through what folks are saying, and then we'll go through the video where Umar is speaking to the situation, and I'll respond. Oh, and by the way, for those of you who have comments, questions, you can use the information below to send in your comments, questions, tithes, and tuition. May I acknowledge, shout out to Sire. He writes, you are doing the Lord's work, Mr. Burton. I appreciate that. And honestly, I think many of you either currently or have at some point believed in Dr. Umar. And I don't think any of you are fools, honestly. I think that I personally respect someone who has donated to his school, Black people, more than those who haven't. And I'll be honest, I'll tell you why. Because yes, he did fool you and he fooled me, but you have to try in this world. You have to try. We can sit back and complain about Black folks. We can complain about white folks, but to take action, whether the action is you directly doing something or funding those who are doing something, that's big and that's hopeful. And so I respect those people way more than the cynical people like, I didn't even believe, I never donated. It's like, well, this means that you're just not a person that's trying to help. You're not trying to be a part of the problem. Sometimes we get tricked. I'd rather get tricked trying to do the right thing than to just sit on my butt and not do anything. May I acknowledge Mr. Chima supporting the work again. Shout out to Chung, and shout out to all my moderators. I appreciate you, Chung. Shout out to may I acknowledge Enrique supporting the work. And he comes right back. He writes, it's really a blessing to see and hear.
See, now let me just do a quick. See this right here, 30. Is that $35 they giving? Is that 35? Did Enrique give this man $34? Let me take this off the screen. Did this man donate $34? I don't know if that's $34. I don't know what that is. What he okay? I don't know. I just saw him this morning, but I get a stay away vibe from him too. I think you should just watch what happens between he and Umar. You see what I'm saying, folks? Are we still doing the building area tour today, or am I up on my day off in vain? Oh, that's stupid. The objective is to stop people from getting tricked or hurt. Okay, so hold on. Well, now here's my thing. Hold on. Thanks for y'all. Here's my thing. Are they donating to this man for him saying that he has plenty of money to give to Umar to save Umar's school, and they donating to this man faithfully like that? Is that what's happening right now? This man right here, who has the money, is getting donations of $35, $50 because he's saying that he's going to give $40,000 to save Umar Johnson School. $ Icy Don 167. Yeah, I do want to go up there to that school. I want to go up there to the school. I definitely do. But for some reason, I don't get no love like this man and everyone else do. You know what I'm saying? That would be gas money and tolls and everything, and then footage and everything on me. I'm missing the making money on me, and that's the reason why I don't be doing this internet stuff, because a lot of this stuff it seems like people like he and people like that person, and Leonard Arnold can sit back all the way in a whole nother side of the country and make more money sitting at their table than me spending this money and doing that and doing this and being really part of the core. And it's not about me making money. It's just like, yo, it takes money to give y'all this. And I want to go. I'm going to go. I might go. I might not. It depends. I don't know. You volunteer to go. You know what I'm saying? And that's because of I have a channel. You know what I'm saying? And with this channel, I need to know about this brownie. So I want to go out there because of that. I'm going out there because you guys, like I say, you sit back, you watch this piece of people sitting behind their little chairs in a whole nother city, and they're not going to do what I do. So I'm doing what I do because I'm trying to show y'all to stay with the real. You know what I'm saying? So I'm going to go out there to keep it real. You know what I'm saying? As a matter of fact, I'm about to leave right now. How about that? I was waiting for you. You got your ass up, Miss Independent, and then you want to complain. So check this out. Icy Don's about to leave out the crib right now. He's about to get in the car right now, and he's about to pull up. How about that? How about that? Oh, okay. Thank you, yo. Thanks, Barbie. Good looks, baby. I was sitting there like, yo, what? That's why I got quiet. I was like, what the hell? 35. I was like, nah, this say Zora. What's that? Thank you. Yeah, but yeah, I'm about to get up and bounce right now, though.
How you think? Keep teaching, Saint. The students are here. Absolutely. The intelligent ones. May I acknowledge Mr. Canton writes, peace to the saints. And my sincere hope is that Dr. Umar can see this as something that is fairly easy to do, something I'm absolutely willing to do, and I'll invest my own money to do the requisite research to find out if it's a viable deal. And I surmise that it is a viable deal, and there's a good amount of profit.
I just wanted to show you the USCCA's free concealed carry reciprocity and gun laws map. As a defense attorney and former state prosecutor,
margin that will allow us is a viable do the requisite research to find out if it's a viable deal. And I surmise that it is a viable deal, and there's a good amount of profit.
Yo, so going back to Rain and Woman, you said that, you know, it's a lot of work got going to. Miss Independent, you said a lot of work got going to. I think one of you said that. My bad if I said the wrong person. But I'm saying, so this person who's into buying, you know, real estate like that, who's into purchasing property, what makes him say he I think he's more professional than anyone else. What makes him say that, you know, he thinks it's a viable deal, and you say, nah, it's a dump? What makes y'all say it's a dump? And I was inside the building. I said, nah, it has great potential. This person is, from what he's seeing, he said, no, it has potential. But everyone else, oh, it's a dump, it's a dump. Oh, it's a dump, it's a dump. Lynn, oh, it's a dump, it's a dump, it's a dump. Saying by y'all saying this dump is just for the content itself. And that's why I don't really rock and say that, because I'm like, nah, I'm not just contenting on false shit. And it's not no dump. If it's a dump, I swear to you, I'll be like, yo, it's a piece of shit. If that place was a piece of shit, I would have no problem saying, yo, it is a piece. To this day, I still can't say it's a dump. Okay? And yes, and that's what I'm saying. This is outside the scope. The goal was to expose wrong, not contribute to it. And that's what it seemed like he's ready to do, contribute to it. That's why I'm saying, if that deal is going on the table, you better put me part of it, because I need to go the right way to the people. To the people. I'm dead ass serious, y'all. Y'all not gonna get together and y'all gonna be thinking about how y'all can scheme on together on these mothers, and scheme together on how you can open up another school, and he's really trying his best to be Shark Tank. So I'm definitely not going to troll him harshly just yet. Like Bougie said, sit back and see how it works. I think I'm gonna sit back and see how it works in the cut. And because I think that, if I can reach this man in the right manner and get him to understand my whole perspective, like what you about to do, you about to aid this man who shitted on me and not feel some type of way. Like if this was in the streets and someone's coming to you in the streets and let you know, like, yo, this man shot my cousin, you know what I'm saying? And right now you give him a car and a gun, and you give him a block to hustle on. And you know how my cousin was your man. It's like, yo, you can't do that. You can't get him up. And you still get him up, that's wrong. He shot your man. Oh, but you think that, you still can get money with him. So nah, it's not right. So we're going to fix this deal. But in the meantime, folks, I think I'm going to pull up to this school just because I want to be a man of my word. I'm gonna remain the man of my word and go to the school.
Margin that will allow us to get the get the deal done. Meaning, like, maybe it needs tile, maybe it needs an HVAC, but the foundation is good. I'm assuming since it's in the city, it's on public sewer and public water, which is a great advantage. And there's some things that I can use this building for. As you guys know, I'm raising capital for a training and event center, which our estimates from our architects, we've had just for the architectural plan. Things that I can use this building for. As you guys know, I'm raising capital for a training and event center, which our estimates from our architects, we've had just for the architectural plans, like the full shebang on the architectural plans, we've had estimates as high as $300,000 just for the plans. For the actual building, we've heard from 1.8 million to 3 million. So of course, this would do us a great service. We can do something with it. And you guys know me, I get things done quickly. So this would be a win-win situation. And so I hope that he's able to hear this sincere offer. He can reach out to me. And one thing I want to promise Dr. Umar is that and this is me speaking directly to you, if you reach out to me and you say, hey, are you serious? I am serious. And our communication between us, whether the deal goes through or not, will be private and confidential. I will acknowledge that you reached out just so people know that we're trying. I'll acknowledge that you reached out, but our communications will be private. The state of your buildings will be private. The results of the inspection will be private. The results of the appraisal will be private. If we can do a deal, fantastic, we'll do it. It'll be great for everyone, I promise you. If we cannot do a deal, then so be it. I'll just share with everyone like, hey, we tried. We weren't able to reach a deal. And there's no explanation as to why. It is what it is. It didn't go through. That'll remain confidential. I've been in tight situations myself, not like this or for this reason, but I respect, the appropriate decorum and etiquette in business. And I'd like to do a deal sincerely because I see great benefit for myself and my organization, the SASN, and for our mission and for the training and event center that I'm raising capital for, which will get off the ground quickly. And I see this as an opportunity to accelerate that rapidly. So I can help you and you can help me. And frankly, I don't think there's many folks who are considering this. There's probably no one. Now that I mentioned it, other people are thinking about it, but I don't think anyone else is considering it. And if they are considering it, they don't have the capital to write the check now, like now. Like I can write the check right now, literally right now. Now, first, I do want to see everything, and then.
So this is 13 minutes and 12 seconds in, okay? 13 minutes, 12 seconds in, he said he can write the check right now. So I'm going to build off of this right here, Mr. Marquette. Okay, I'm going to build off of this right here because this is important. Is this Isaac's son? Is this Isaac's son from the Love Boat, Burton? But anyway, I'm going to build from here right now because this has to be rectified. If you are willing to take this man's debt, just understand that I am part of his debt. Whether I got a lien on it or what, I have a court order say that he owes me money. Fuck all that court shit and lien stuff. Running around, I got a court order that says he owes money. I have text message that says he owes money. He says he owe me money. If you're willing to take his debt, know that that's part of the debt. And if you take part of the debt, you need to cut me in on some of this deal. Because y'all guys ain't gonna be scheming and planning and scheming and think that I'm just gonna fall back because you paid me my money. No, I'm gonna be on your asses. So I need to be part of the deal to make sure that it is about the kids. Because he wanted to do a training and event center. I really, you folks ain't gonna tell me that these people they wasn't listening, paying attention to me. I only be having like one, I'll be having 2 people, I'll be having like 4 people in live, and then the live we have like 500, 600, 800 views. I'll be having 1 or 2 people in the live stream, and then I have 800, 900 views. That means that people like him, people like that person, they watch, they listen, and they reiterate things I say. And because they have finance to do it, it just sounds better on their platform, and y'all think it's their words. But no, they get it from me. Where you think Leonard got that video clipping of that woman sitting there on Umar's stuff? That was mine. That's when I went up there. I'm going up there now. I'm about to go up there. I should be there in a few hours. I ain't gonna lie. All right, folks. So on that note, let me let him I'm gonna finish that up, put my sneakers on. I'm about to head out.
Get the appraisal and the inspection.
30 years. This man was fired after 30 years of loyalty. Now he's exposing a $500 billion industry.
I saw this as an opportunity to help people.
Todd Andreessen.
But once that's done, and that can be done within 24 hours, we know that, then I can get the check written for you, written on your behalf to whomever. Obviously, we'll have to hire an attorney to handle the, the deeds and things like that to the buildings, but that should be fairly simple. Anyways, let's see what folks have to say. Shout out to Mr. Canton, writes, keep up the good work. I appreciate you. Thank you, sir. I appreciate you as well. And he also says, Peace of the Saints came in twice. And I acknowledge Alpha Alchemy writes, just came in, Peace of the Saints. Are you actually buying the property? I'm as serious as a heartbeat. For me to buy the property, he would have to be willing. So that takes the participation of Dr. Umar. And all I ask is the simple following things. Allow me to see all of the buildings, everything that could potentially be acquired, right? Allow me to have an inspector go in and, take a proper look as a real estate, as a professional, a building and construction professional. Take a look at everything. Just let me know what the current issues are so I know what I would be.
And see, dude, you're talking $40,000, but that's just for one side. He has 2 sides. You think about the big building. We talk about the small building. In regards to you want to do an event and training thing, that can't take place inside the small school. You know what I'm saying? The gym. You want the big school. The big school, no work has been done on the big school. If you want to pick up the tab of the big school, be ready to put at least $500,000 in that as well. Okay, the big school is going to be at least $500,000 to renovate that school. Just getting the soot and everything. If you had the professors come and take the soot out, the inspector said it's going to be $100,000 easy. Although, you know, we can easily clean it ourselves, but if you want the professionals to come in, that's what you say that they would charge. That's just cleaning up the soot from the fire. You think it's cobwebs and shit like that? No, it's all from the combustion. So you're thinking about the big school. The little school is too small for event programs, event things like that. Maybe the gym, you could do, you know, use both buildings, but that'll be when days there's no school. Could it work? It could work, but when you talk about working it with a scammer, now you tie yourself to the scammer. That's where I'm coming in. That's where I'm coming in to check you. This right here is a good screenshot. Let me get a picture real quick. Hold on, folks. This is my new target. Shout out to Ren. Shout out to my man Ren. I appreciate you, because I don't know who this guy is. That's for real. I don't know who he is. But I'm glad to have come across him. I mean that. I'm glad to come across him. I'm glad that you came on the panel, Ren. I appreciate you. Hold on. Okay, I had to take a picture.
Be potentially buying and acquiring, and then let me have an appraiser go through just so that I know, you know, like what the difference is between what I'm spending and what it could potentially be sold for. And then I will cut you the check. And truth be told, like if Dr. Umar DM me right now, today, Saturday, I could fly out tomorrow, Sunday. I could get both of those professionals in Monday, and I could have a check written the same day on Monday. I can move that quickly. So that's my sincere offer. So when you say, am I going to buy the school? Oh, absolutely. Because I just can't imagine that any one of those buildings are not at least worth $200,000. And so if I'm essentially paying $40,000 to clear out these debts, then that would leave me a decent amount of profit, even if the buildings are fairly decrepit and decayed. It'll be of good value to me.
This was made 12 hours ago.
Some people might be asking themselves, well, why don't you go to the auction and buy it? Well, at the auction, it's going to cost more than $40,000. So it's not a good use of time to go to the auction, because it'll be more than $40,000. And frankly, you know, it's in Delaware. I think the location is terrible. There's a number of things about Delaware that would make me not want to just go buy a property in Delaware if it's just a random purchase. And, you know, it's like, what is the closest major airport? Do you have to travel over water? You know, there's.
If you want body mastery like handstands, V-stands, muscle-ups, and abs, our system at Pacific Rim Athletics builds that for you, so you'll never return to your old ways again. No, seriously, once you start building the flexibility, mobility, Powerbatics Ninja, I'll explain what that is.
You know, there's, and look at where Delaware is located. How does it do in natural disasters and, you know, hurricanes and things like that? I just don't think Delaware is the ideal place, unless I'm getting a hell of a deal, which is
it's 197,000 subscribers.
Anyways, let me acknowledge the folks who. Oh, yeah, and by the way, shout out to Frank, Dominic, and Enola, who donated to the Training and Event Center. And you guys have seen my work over the years. You know my background. I have a strong business background, whether it's B2C, B2B, B2G, also nonprofit. I also was a teacher. So you guys know I get things done. And so thank you for supporting that. It's in the description for those who would also like to support my Training and Event Center, which will teach the important things in family planning. It'll teach boys how to develop into strong men who are competent, responsible, female a finishing school, and it'll help them develop into honest, chaste, skilled women, not skilled in the workplace, skilled in the home. And also it'll be a place where we can gather to organize and rally around certain things like making America the primary focus of our government, for example. May I acknowledge?
Now, what's so simple about what he said about, and this is why I was saying to you guys years ago, that's what we should do. We should open up this place and it'd be a training center. I said the same shit, yo. That's why I'm not excited. I said the same thing, so I feel like he got it for me. I said the same thing back in 2021 of what we need to do with the building, because everybody said, what would you do with it? And I said, this is what I would do. So I'm listening like, yo, that's what I said. So I would be down with him as long as he take care of my part of Umar Johnson's bill. You got to take the part of my bill serious. That's part of his debt. And get Umar Johnson to apologize. With that being said, folks, look out for me. I'm about to head out and make this happen, okay?
Knowledge. Charlie comes in by demo, writes peace to the saints. Shout out to Brandon. He writes FDMG live. Peace to you, Quet. Sorry to hear about the recent BS. You know, such is life, and we're going to have to definitely make some adjustments. And it's just a matter of being too kind and considerate. You know, unfortunately, people, they don't appreciate it, and too often people are all about me. We gets forgotten. Shout out to Joseph, very consistent. We appreciate you, Joseph. May I acknowledge Mr. Bennett. He writes, I commend your effort and sincerity, Mr. Burton. Became a member today, and I'm eager to grow and be a valuable part of this community. Salute. Peace to the saints. Well, we welcome you. May we all welcome Bennett in the chat. Looking forward to
like I said, I got my eyes on you.
Joy, the community, the friendships that come out of your participation. May I acknowledge Carter. He writes, peace to the saints. Dr. Umar is requesting the black people of the earth.
Video. I'm going to hit this video up, several comments. I'm going to ask for him to have a sit-down conversation with me on this matter, so we can really have a man-to-man talk about it. And hopefully he respect that. So I'm not going to slap him around just to get reigning woman. I'm just going to grab him by the shoulders and turn around and say, yo, can we have a conversation? And prayerfully, everything can go the right way. Because if this guy can be a catalyst for that destruction to rebuild, then I'm all for it, because it has to have some type of destruction. And like you said, like I said, $40,000 is way better. $45,000 is way better than bidding against somebody and getting up to $200,000. I say that, folks. Pay attention. Trust me. So thank y'all for your listening here, your support. Tune in later on. I'm going to go to the school. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to go to school. Peace.